Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Lounge radio show, where we expose the myths of entrepreneurship and release the weight of it all. Real people, real issues, and real talk with expert solutions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as we welcome our host, Alicia Brown, the Joy Guru.
Hey guys, this is Alicia Brown, and I am the CEO of Fruition Publishing Concierge Services. As a speaker, you know me as Alicia Brown, the Joy Guru. I just want to come in and just ask you, did I tell you about the time that my client faced not only possible trademark infringement, but also was going to be hit with a lawsuit? Okay, gotta tell you this because these are some of the things I'm going to cover in my upcoming class that starts January 4th, Virtual Bootcamp, Business Bootcamp, right from the comfort of your home, about fix your business life. And one of the things, if you've worked in business with me or any of my clients will tell you, I'm the contracts girl. I'm all about contracts. Because here's the deal. I don't care if it's your sister girl, your best guy, it could be your lover or your spouse. The point is contracts are established for a reason because there's clarity. And then there's no confusion about what we agree to. And you know, we're all human. We're subject to error. So some things we forget. Sometimes we say this and we mean well, but we forget that we said it. That's why the court has great respect for things that are put in writing. Because when things go wrong, or maybe it doesn't go wrong, there's just not a point of clarity here. We can look to the documents and point to what we agreed to. And it's irrefutable. This is what we said. This is what we signed to. So now all we have to do is bring clarity to what we said and how to enforce that contract. But getting back to that client that I want to tell you about, because one of the things at my business and for Fruition Publishing, we're more than just a book publisher, but one of the reasons our clients love us is that when things, you know, you have those people that you thought you were going to be in business with for life, or they agreed to be a part of this book project or a part of this or this with you. And sometimes people get in their feelings. You know, I always tell people you can't prevent yourself from being sued. Because as honest as you might be, we live in a litigious society. People want to sue. People will sue when they know they have no real claim just because they, you know, for whatever reason, they want money or they feel they were wrong or people are in their feelings or some idiot got in their ear. And I'll be honest with you, from what I've seen, most of the times it's someone else got in their ear and said, well, girl, when I did mine, we didn't do it that way. Girl, this person is getting all the money. Girl, you know, this is going on and you have the right to blah, 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 blah. And most of the time in those instances, it was somebody that was just really quick to jump in something, wasn't clear about what they were getting into, or they had ulterior motives. And now when they're not willing to do their work and they're not reaping the fruits that they just thought imaginary was going to just pop up here because, you know, I'm a part of this deal or I'm a part of this and I'm not going to do any work. I'm just going to submit something and I'm going to ride somebody else's coattails. I'm supposed to get everything equal to what that person gets when from the beginning it was explained to them what their rights were verbally and in paper. Contracts matter. And for a lot of small business owners, I understand you're bootstrapping. I understand funds are very limited. You ran with your vision. But what I want you to understand is that if you don't have certain paperwork in place, right down to business licenses, because people are assuming, you know, they got their LLC and that's it. Or they went to their local commissioner or revenue department. I got that business license. But there's a lot of other things that they were supposed to have that they didn't know. And nothing proved that more than the payroll protection program. When there were times, and still going on, the government was giving funding to small businesses. There were gig workers that were getting unemployment benefits. A lot of small businesses missed out. Why? Because not only did they not have the proper documents in place for them to be recognized as a true business, not just that LLC thing or not just, you know, that business license. There were other paperwork. There were other steps for them to be recognized as a true business. They didn't have them. A lot of people did not have a relationship with their local bank. And one of the things about being successful is you go and establish your relationship with your bank when you don't need them. So that when you actually need funding, they know you already, they know your business, and you can actually get funding. The worst time to go to a bank is when you need funding and they don't know who you are and they don't know who your business are or your business is. That's terrible. I know with our local banks, I have different banks accounts for my business. So that means different banks. And I have different banks because different banks have different advantages. But they know me from the business level. They know me from the nonprofit level. So when there's special programming or special funding or special things we want, contributions, they know us and we're able to secure that. That's a mistake that a lot of small business owners don't do. And that applies to you even if you are what's considered a solo entrepreneur, where basically you're the CEO, the accountant, the worker, and everything else. I say this a lot to my clients who are authors. If you are a published author, you have a business. On the journey to being a published author, you have a business. How many people are not getting their tax deductions because you are not established as a legal business? So here is my offer. I have 25 seats. Well, not a full 25 now, but we opened this up with 25 seats. Once those max out, my team will consider doing another one maybe next month, but this will be a 4-week virtual program. So it does not matter where you are. We're not coming, we're complying with COVID restrictions. And for your safety and the convenience and really the time we're in, everything is virtual. So you'll be receiving information by your email. There's going to be virtual components to this. There's going to be worksheets and assignments because I want you to be accountable. I don't want to just teach you and talk about it. I want you to actually do something. Because a lot of people make goals for 2020 and 2019 and 2018, and they make resolutions and goals every year, but they don't do anything. I don't want that to be you. So since you're planning for this to be your year, you're looking ahead at coming out of the pandemic and coming on top, okay? You need to register for my Fix Your Business Life Bootcamp, my virtual business bootcamp. This is really for those entrepreneurs, your small entrepreneurs, or you're thinking about starting a business, or you're new to business. And I'll be honest with you, I have some people out here that have been having their business for a few years, and they really need this class because when we're doing strategy sessions and they're consulting with me, there's just a lot they don't have. I've seen this with nonprofits. I've seen this with small business owners, see this a lot with solo entrepreneurs. There's things you could be taking advantage of right now for media exposure and profitability and funding, but you can't because you don't have the proper documents in place. I want you to have that because if you don't, the deal is ignorance is no excuse of the law. You can get slapped with fines. And I'm going to end there with that lawsuit that I was going to tell you about for the client. I didn't forget. One thing was, in her book, there were copies of things. There were images of well-known brands. And the deal is, I know people love luxury things. I know we love name brands and tags and titles and labels. But here's the thing. Cannot use that in your book without written permission from that person. Same thing with song lyrics. Even some biblical things. People love to quote scriptures. Some of those to a certain limit, you are not able to use without permission from that Bible printer. Certain versions, they have a dedicated Bible printer that owns that material. So if you're putting quotes in from the Bible, I know it's scriptures. I know the Bible is for everybody, but certain versions, no ma'am. If you have above a certain limit, then guess what? You have to write that Bible printer for permission to quote the scripture. Yeah, it's that serious. And again, ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's the thing, that if you don't know, well, one of the ways you might find out is when you get slapped with a lawsuit. And here's how it matters. Those big companies, those big names, those big labels, they have a whole legal department. So it's really not going to cost them all that much because they pay these people anyway for these purposes. But the cost for you to defend yourself and your brand and your business in court, not only can that be the end of your business as you know it, but it can be a huge personal hit to you, your personal income. And especially for those of you who are not registered or have your business registered the legal way, where your business can be sued, but your personal income and finances cannot. Okay. So this course, this 4-week course, all of this information that literally can save you thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars from what you don't know and what you could be opening yourself up to. It's only $99. I know, kind of ridiculous. It's only $99. But from the Alicia Brown LLC brand, we really want to help entrepreneurs. We want to give you a good footing, a good start, so that at the beginning of this year, you're not just talking about doing business, you're actually doing it. And this is our gift to you to make it reasonably priced at $99. And of course, I love to give gifts, so there's a bonus. For the first 10 people that book that $99 slot, I don't pick you. It's just when 10 is 10, boom, we got your names, we got your email addresses. Those are the 10 that get it. They're enrolled. The first 10 people that book that slot will actually be the first to get a copy of my book that will be published in the beginning of 2021. So you want to be an entrepreneur. And we have several different versions of that. One is for children, one is for adults, one is for minority children, and one is for minority adults. So at the time that you are selected and that book is available for you to be one of the first to have your copy of, we will ask you which version would you prefer. But it has everything from business plan templates to worksheets to places you can go to get funding to pitch competitions. All of that is in that book. And that is my gift to you, because I can tell you when it goes on the market, it's going to be at least $29.99, if not $39.99. But we're going to make sure that you be one of the first to get a free copy as part of being the first 10 to actually register for this course that's just $99. So here's what you should do. Go to thejoyguru.net/shop, or if you just type in thejoyguru.net, you can hit the shop tab and you will see the link for you to go ahead and make your purchase. Go ahead, click that button, put in your name, or you don't have to put in your name. If you can put in your email address, I'll get it anyway from the PayPal, but you can put in your email address and name, and we will have you confirmed for that course. We'll send you that information upon payment, and then we'll see you on January 4th. And if by chance you are listening to this after the fact and you're like, oh my God, I'm just hearing this, my friend just shared this with me, I wish I was in, you might not be one of the 10 at that time, but if there's still a few spots, or we put you on the waiting list, you also will be able to at least get in, and we'll catch you up on the weeks that you've missed and that information. So guys, I am going to sign off now. I can't wait to teach and share with you. Can't wait to just debunk some of the mysteries and make sure you have a solid footing as we approach a new year and really get that business. You know, this will be a judgment-free zone. So it's not this like, oh my God, I can't believe you don't know this, or oh my God, I can't believe this person has been in this business for 5 years and they still don't have a trademark, or they still don't have this type of licenses. It's a no judgment zone. Because, you know, the whole goal is that we all win. There's more than enough out there for us all to eat and for us all to prosper. And that is the only reason I'm doing this course, because I want you to be successful. I want you, the next time they have PPP funding, I want you to be able to get it. Or at least be able to know, well, you know what? I make the decision that I don't need that, but at least I know I'm eligible. And I don't have to be in a position where I'm wondering, my business is here, how can I get funding? Okay. And then, of course, like all things, we have a battery of services. So once you finish this course, or you're in the course and you're like, hey, Alicia, I didn't know you did ghostwriting for Fruition Publishing, or oh my God, I didn't know you guys offered this service to have my book published, or that type of publishing, or oh my God, I didn't know that you actually help authors as far as media exposure and get into magazines and actually build their author's platform or their author's website. How can I be a part of that? Well, you know, that shop page, thejoyguru.net. That shop page has everything. We have an author's academy. So those services are something that while you're in the virtual course, you'll be able to ask me about, because, those 4 weeks, hey, we here. So, there's things you might just shoot me an email, and I'm not even teaching on that, but you know what? I'll answer you and then give you some resources. So can't wait to work with you. Can't wait for you to have an awesome new year where you stop talking about it and you be about it and you build that business of your dreams and you monetize your expertise. So I will see you in the room circle. And this is Alicia Brown, the Joy Guru, signing off. And remember to join me at thejoyguru.net, where I'm going to help you fix your business life. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Entrepreneur's Lounge, where we expose the myths of entrepreneurship and release the weight of it all. Real people, real issues, and real talk with expert solutions. Make sure you stay tuned to our Facebook page and thejoyguru.net for show updates, announcements, and to learn how you can be a guest on our show.